Ladies and gents, welcome back. We had a particular student from one of our universities here in Canada make a wave across the country and got into the mask mandates that they're trying to require upon all of us, is starting in the universities, as all the woke things do. We know this. And well, he's been making a splash because he's been finding an unorthodox way of, not protesting against it in a sense that he's not complying, but he's found a new way to comply. And today I brought in special guest Kamil Bachouchi. And am I saying that correct?
Yeah, Kamil Bachouchi.
There we go. So you're famous now here in Canada, and I'll pop up some of the masks that you've been wearing in class. And this is that's a grapefruit that you've retrofitted as a mask.
It's pretty big, eh?
A Ziploc bag. Now, I did a video about this last week, and I having a huge laugh. I couldn't stop from laughing every time I saw one of your pictures. But how did this come about? What started this?
So I guess you could go back to last year, the start of last semester, or last year's first semester. So I was going into my third year at Laurier, and we were told a month into our semester, actually 1 week after half of the tuition was non-refundable, that you would have to provide proof of COVID vaccination, or you would be removed from your courses, or unenrolled without your consent, but under the same category as someone who would voluntarily drop their courses because for a multitude of reasons. So I guess that's how they kind of were able to keep all this, or half of all the unvaccinated, or I would say people that refuse to disclose their vaccination status. So I was among that group.
Right.
I didn't think that they were privy to that kind of information. It's my personal medical information.
Yeah,
I don't know why
it's invasive to ask people that kind of stuff. And so you were unenrolled involuntarily from your last semester.
Yeah, I mean, for the entire school year last year. So I wasn't allowed on campus or anything. I'm sure the security guards there didn't have a picture of my a wanted poster of my face with my face on it, but I didn't really have anything to do on campus. And I was keeping busy investing, and I don't know, seeing my friends when they weren't busy. But I guess I had a little bone to pick with the school. So whatever, I came back this year expecting things to be back to normal, like as every other school is. I know Western announced like a couple days before their semester began that you would still need to be vaccinated to go there. But as far as I'm concerned, basically every other school in Ontario and Canada decided to go back to come back to reality a bit, and
like the rest of the world has done ever since. I mean, virtually.
Yeah.
I mean, for any rational person would say that this pandemic is over. We're going back to normal. People got the sniffles. Whoop-de-doo. It's normal. This is normal life. But so
for sure,
fast forward to this September, and Wilfrid Laurier University says, nope, we're having mask mandates back. And well, we could see on their website here, and they made an announcement, and this was the original approval date was September 4th, 2020, and here we have revision September 2nd, 2022, and the purpose is to the usual platitudes. We're gonna stop the transmission of COVID-19. We're gonna do that via face coverings and a medical or multi-layer non-medical mask that securely covers the face, nose, mouth, and chin, and it creates a barrier to limit the spread of respiratory illness. They give a list of what's allowed and what's not allowed, but apparently those ones that you buy at the dollar store are totally fine.
Of course.
And
of course, no, that will.
So this
continue. Sorry.
This is what got me the most, is because you found a clever way. Because a lot of us are dealing in non-compliance, and that's a valid way of protesting something, is to just not comply and then make them make the next move, right? But you found a really fun way to comply.
I decided, I mean, I even had this conversation with my parents before the semester began, or right as the semester was beginning. I was like, they were like, oh, just put the darn thing on and shut up and finish school. Don't give us a hard time. And I was about to go into my first class, and I was like, I called my dad. I was like, Dad, like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm gonna go in, and you know what? I was expecting to like have full blown arguments with all my teachers on the first day of class, and I walked in without the mask, and I was surprised to see that 80%, so 4 of my teachers, told me to put the thing on, and I respectfully said no. Prepared for a debate. I mean, I was obviously like, I wasn't hostile, but I was prepared to have a debate about why I didn't think it was necessary. And it from 4 of them, it stopped at, okay, I'm not going to force you.
Wow,
and,
that was it.
And I thought, yeah. I mean, just like that, right? And I was like, I was obviously shocked, but as I guess it sunk in that we weren't, you know, they're teaching a class full of adults. Like we're not. I know we're young, but we can vote. We can all drink. Like we're adults. So we have the same privileges as the 60-year-old or the middle-aged person, right? And it kind of struck me that the school was enforcing these mandates on free thinking adults. I mean, we're not kindergartners. We should have basic rights, especially when it comes to medical choice.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was no fight. So as I spoke to more teachers, I was told that it was up to them to enforce the mandate. And at the end of the day, the school can't put a mandate up like this unless they have the teachers doing the bidding for them. And I was fortunate enough to have 4 teachers that were super chill and didn't want to impose any of these mandates on their students. And I don't want to obviously name drop them.
No.
They'll probably get more trouble than I am. But yeah, I mean, I respect the hell out of them, and I thank them. I mean, bright people. PhDs.
Well, that's good. But like, fast forward, how do we get to the point where you're like, you're pushed into having to wear this, so you take another step?
Yeah. So then there's the 5th teacher, right? And
okay.
I walk into class and, Camille, put your mask on. I actually knew this teacher before COVID started, and she didn't seem to have a problem with masks or anything. I mean, she was walking around without. She wears one mask and an N95. Just to give you some background.
Okay.
Yeah, the double.
You're painting a good picture here.
Yeah. And so she's like, Camille, put your mask on. I was like, caught off guard. Like I just went through to 3 or 4 classes and everything was fine. I was like, are you serious? Like, why? Like, she's like, because I don't want anyone getting sick, along those lines. And this was the first day of class, so I guess I was like, I caught off guard. I was like, okay, fuck it. I just put the thing on and soaked it. And as the weeks went by, I was getting sick and tired of this thing. I'd fold it up and put it on pretty stupidly, one could say. I mean, definitely not effectively. Like I'd wear it just over my mouth and like just under my nose. I think that's the first picture I posted. I was sitting in that class and I was like so upset. Yeah, that one right there.
One,
exactly. I was sitting in class. I was so upset. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm still doing this. And I guess that was my breaking point. After that, I decided, okay, I went to a buddy's house and I was like, look, like, what do you guys think I should do? And whatever. Everyone's like, okay, just put it on. The semester's almost done, whatever. I was like, no, man, like this enough's enough. Like I can't keep doing this. They don't, not only do they not work for the purpose to which they're telling us to put it, or for which they're telling us to put it on, but it's annoying. It's intrusive. It's ridiculous, ultimately. So whatever, I thought about it. And I think right before that class, I grabbed a Ziploc bag from mine. I had some cables in my bag, and I decided to like makeshift a bag in the library, or a mask in the library. And I went to class like that. Yes, that one right there. A work of art.
And what was the reaction of the teacher when you walked in like that?
she was not happy. She was pissed. So yeah, immediately tells me, go get a real mask, like get out. And I was like, look, miss, like, a professor, like, with all due respect, no, this satisfies every requirement that the school has with regards to the mask mandate.
Yeah, it covers your
And
nose, your mouth, your chin. It's that's a full covering right there.
and it's what is it? Multi-layered. I made sure to fold it in half so that there was it was I covered all bases on this one. So yeah, no, I thought about it hard. I mean, I was obviously like scavenging through my kitchen, like trying to find something. And yeah, so I broke it down for her. I read, all right, I had all like all the mask policies on my computer ready to go, and I read it out loud, and I was like, okay, this check. She was like, okay, Camille, like, I would feel more comfortable if you just put a regular mask on. And so I was like, why? Why would that make you more comfortable?
I'd feel more
She's
comfortable
like,
without it. That's that's my
point,
instant
right?
response that I feel, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, for these people, right? It's like my what I feel comfortable with, or just basic, mutual understanding. It's not even in their playbook.
That's
It's like,
irrelevant. Yeah.
you put it on because I want you to put it on, and
So
so I
intrusive.
asked her.
It's so intrusive.
I It's ridiculous. And so I continued. I just kept on probing, asking her why. Ultimately, she asked again, and it's funny how her stern, powerful, authoritarian argument riddled down to an appeal to emotion. And she was like, "You know what, Camille? Like, yeah, I would feel much more comfortable if you." And I told her, "Look, with all due respect, and I do have respect for you, I will not put a regular face mask on, just, or quote unquote whatever, blue face mask on, just because you want me to. Okay. If I had tuberculosis right now, I didn't say this, but if I had tuberculosis right now, I mean, me putting a face mask on might do something, but you know what? Ultimately, it's not your decision what I can put on my face or not. It shouldn't be the schools either. But if they're threatening me with physical removal from classes, or giving you the power to have me physically removed from class, uh, okay. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I'll follow the rule, and I'll follow it to the letter. So ultimately, it ended with, okay, whatever. She can't kick me out, and
Mockery,
we
though, and
moved
that
on.
I think that's the best part about this whole story is just the sheer mockery of the ideas that you've come up with. And here you are wearing a grapefruit on your face because obviously that one complies with the
Yeah,
with the
for sure.
regulation or the rules that they have set up. We even have you with snorkel gear. I can't look at this without just cracking right up.
Yeah, that one was so uncomfortable, I
I
can tell you.
believe it. I believe it. But I think
um,
ridicule is like such a great tool to use in an environment where you feel like you don't have another choice in the matter, right? Like to
yeah,
to take those authoritarians, the authorities that are being imposed on you, and just ridicule it and shove it right back at them. And
yeah.
have you got any other people that are kind of following in your footsteps? Any
Yeah, so I've talked to a bunch of people on campus. I mean, the support's been incredible, not only online, but I'm having like random people that I've never, spoken to before, coming up to me on campus saying, "Hey, like, saw your Twitter, like, a buddy showed me, and I love what you're doing, and I support you." And people telling me, "Yeah, like, I don't wear a mask in any of my classes either, like, or I stopped wearing it after I saw this." And I think slowly, obviously, it's been not even 2 weeks of this, right? So
Mhm.
it hasn't reached the entire campus, I guess. But I think it's having a positive effect on the students. I think they're realizing, look, like, I know this mask doesn't work. Everyone around me knows this mask doesn't work. Why are we still wearing it?
Why?
Why are we just wearing it because the school said so? I mean, if the school told me to put a skirt on, I wouldn't just do it. I'm sure a lot of students probably would,
That's the
but
sad part
I
about
wouldn't
it is
do
so
it.
many will. So many will
Yeah,
just comply. And I
yeah,
love the spirit though. That's the thing that gets me the most is just the spirit of non-compliance, but in a fun and happy-go-lucky sort of way.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to get kicked out of school over this. I mean, I've a year left. I just want to get out of there. Obviously, I mean, I'm sure you guys could understand why.
Absolutely.
Um,
And I understand why a lot
yeah,
of students would just put up and shut up just to get their education. And I think that's where, like, people in the workplace, they don't want to lose their jobs, obviously, but a lot of people have a choice, like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to work for a company that does that or something along those lines. I mean, it's not always that case, but when it comes to your education, you've already paid your tuition. They kind of got you by the balls, and you need that. You need that for your career in the future and stuff. So I see it as an egregious way of holding people down to some standard that again is just ridiculous. and the ridicule is so welcome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sadistic form of blackmail, right? It's do what I say, even if it doesn't make sense, or we take your education from you. And it's not even that, the faculty too, right? It's like these people need to put food on their tables at the end of the day, right? So, I mean, if they enforce, the argument could be a bit more. You could poke holes into the faculty argument a bit more, but for the students, at the end of the day, if you have a teacher that's enforcing these things, right? Like, I understand where my classmates are coming from, and I don't have any ill will towards them for not, standing up for themselves. I think that goes to, or I think that looks worse on the institution itself. I think, because I know that they know this, that students are just going to comply because they feel pressured or coerced in a way that with their education, right? With their diploma at the end of the day, the students just want that. It's sad. It's sad, and I guess this is my best way of protesting it and showing them that these masks are useless, at least for the reason that they're telling me to put it on for, without risking my education. For now, who knows? Maybe they'll tell me don't come back don't come back in the winter. But for now, I'm not risking too much by doing this. I think it's, like you said, mocking is the best way to, instead of getting angry and getting emotional, just mock their mandate, mock the mandate, put something on every day. It's fun for me too, right?
That's the part I like the best about it. And like, it's a good thing, because now there's a way to encourage other people, if they want to take a stand too, they can do it while being compliant. So it's not non-compliance, it's compliance, but it's compliance with a little bit of, well, a lot of bit of, well, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this for me, and I'm making fun of you in the process. So, Camille, thank you so much for coming on the show and letting people know your story and where you came from. Thanks for joining. Where can people find you? On Twitter? Is that?
Yeah, Twitter. I think all my social medias are at Kam, KAM _BACH. Yeah, right there.
Kam Bach, like the composer from.
Yeah, exactly. I love I'm addicted to classical music when I do work. Yeah, it's all I can't listen to like lyrics or anything. Obviously, it gets loud usually wherever I am, it gets loud. So headphones in, put some Beethoven, some Mozart on, and just grind. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of you, and I think more people should follow suit with what you do, and just stay composed, stay rational, and don't get too emotional. Obviously, we're living in a crazy world right now, but the way you shine a light on it it's truly is inspiring.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for tuning in. Love sharing these stories. It's so awesome. And I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. We'll get the conversation going. See how many more people will bring this kind of, not a non-compliance, but a mock compliance to these horrible, horrible, intrusive rules. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Hit the notification bell. We'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.